Today we're going to take a look at the C.E. Smith 57.5-inch long galvanized trailer axle beam with the Easy Lube spindles and the idler hubs and an 1,800 pound weight capacity. Now this axle beam here will act as a part of your trailer suspension system, replaces an axle on your trailer, and will let you fabricate a suspension to fit your application. It is a galvanized steel axle, which is very sturdy. It is hot dipped in zinc to provide corrosion resistance, so it's great for use on boat or snowmobile trailers. It is a reversible straight beam. There's no bend to it, so it can be used for either an underslung or overslung application. And this axle actually uses a seatless design, which means it does not require spring seats on it. It has these spring centering holes that are drilled into the axle, and that's where your springs will install to the axle. This does use the Easy Lube straight axles. There are straight spindles. There's no drop to them. And at the very end, they do use the built-in grease circ fitting for lubricating your hubs without having, or lubricating your bearings without having to remove your hubs. Now the hubs that are included, it's the galvanized idler hubs. They're very sturdy and corrosion resistant. And it does come with everything you need to install them. Comes with the bearing races, which are the inner and outer bearings. The bearing races, which are already pre-installed in the hubs. The grease seals, the grease cap, and it's an Easy Lube grease cap that has a removable center plug, so when it's installed you can pull that plug out and access the Zerk fitting on the end of the spindle. Comes with the lug nuts for installing your wheels to the hubs. And it does also come with the spindle nuts, spindle washers, and the cotter pins that will let you install the idler hubs to your axle. And the last thing it does include is this nice tub of marine grade wheel bearing grease, so you can grease the bearings when you go to install them. A few specs on this. The weight capacity is 1,800 pounds. Now there are multiple ways to measure the length of an axle beam, but the hub face to hub face and spring center to spring center lengths are your most accurate measurements. Now we'll start with the hub face measurement. The hub face refers to the length of the axle when these hubs are mounted onto the beam, and it's measured from the base of the one wheel stud all the way across to the base of the wheel stud on the opposite side. Now our hubs aren't installed, so I can't measure that for you, but I can give you what the measurement would be. The hub face to hub face length would be 57.5 inches. Now the spring center length, that is measured, that will give you the approximate width of the trailer, and it's measured from the center of this spring centering hole on one side to the center of the spring centering hole on this side. That one we can measure. Go ahead and put it center to center, and you can see it's 46.5 inches. Now the overall beam length from one end to the very other end is 62 inches. The tubing width, it's a square tube, and it's 1.5 inches wide. The spindle diameter is going to be 1 1/16 of an inch. And the idler hubs that come with it, they have a bolt pattern of 5 on 4.5 inches. The stud diameter is a 1/2 inch in diameter, so it does use lug nuts that are 1/2 inch by 20 size. It does use wheel size of 13 inch up to 15 inch. Now the bearings that come with it, the inner and outer bearings, are part number L44649. We mentioned the bearing races are already pre-installed in the hubs. And the grease seal part number it comes with is RG06-020. But that should do it for the review on the C.E. Smith 57.5-inch long galvanized trailer axle beam with the Easy Lube spindles and the idler hubs with an 1,800 pound weight capacity.